Beauty with Stacy Vason. Stacy talks with Clarissa, a breast cancer survivor. Listen as she shares her experience, strength, and hope about losing her hair from chemotherapy treatment.
I remember growing up and my mother telling me, Stacy, pick your battles. That was excellent advice, but you can't always pick your battles. And you find yourself on the front line having to fight the fight of your life for a chance to win. This is Let's Talk Beauty. My name is Stacy Vason, and I'm talking about the battle with breast cancer. We are going to discuss the one side effect of chemotherapy treatments, which is hair loss. My guest today is Clarissa Muriel, and she is a breast cancer survivor. Thank you for joining me, Clarissa.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we talk about breast cancer, and we know one of the side effects is hair loss. So how far into, first of all, how long have you been in remission?
I've been in remission for 2 years, a little over 2 years. I was diagnosed in March of 2014.
How long did it take before you started seeing hair loss?
My hair started to shed three weeks after my first chemo treatment. It didn't shed out at one time, but it started to shed.
It started to shed. Now, you used to have, before you had cancer and had to go through chemotherapy, I remember because you were a client of mine years ago, and you had so much hair in thickness, enough hair for 3 people. So when you first started losing your hair, it thinned first.
Yes.
But how long did it take for all of the hair to come out?
Probably about, I'll say 6 weeks, because it shed slowly. As I combed it every morning after the 3-week period, it started to shed, like I said, and it just came out gradually, and then when it finally got so thin, I just had my beautician to shave my head.
And I realized when I shampooed and flat ironed your hair today that the thickness is back, but the texture has changed. So did they let you know that your hair probably would come back in a different texture? Because you used to have very, very coarse hair.
Yes. My oncology nurse told me that when my hair started to come back in, that it would be a very soft type of hair, and she said that was God's little gift to you to have, a soft texture of hair when it grew back in.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Yes, because you still have thick hair. It's just softer, but it's still beautiful.
Well, thank you.
So how long after you lost all of your hair and you got it shaved off, how long did it take for it to grow back?
It started growing back approximately about 7 weeks after my last chemo treatment. I started to see a little peach fuzz, and then it just, it grew from there.
By losing your hair, it didn't affect your confidence or anything like that?
No. By the time my hair was starting to shed, I was thankful that I didn't have hair to have to deal with, because I felt the effects of the chemotherapy was so bad on my body, until I was thankful that I didn't have to style my hair every morning.
That was one less thing you had to do.
One less thing I had to do.
What kept you motivated and optimistic during the day-to-day of going through chemotherapy and the hair loss and the toll that chemotherapy takes on your body?
I made myself an inspiration board, or if you will, and I put pictures of my grandbaby on the board. I put thoughts about my husband and he has a big smile, and he smiles all the time, so I put pictures of him on the inspiration board. I watched a lot of Hallmark movies, comedies, and I just kept myself positive. I kept a positive attitude.
So you basically think, speak, and see everything positive around you.
Yes.
And the advice you gave me while I was doing your hair, to make sure we get our mammograms and...
Yes, to make sure you get your annual mammograms and to do your monthly breast exams, so that, just make sure that you know. A lot of people don't want to know, but you need to know what's going on with your breast.
So is it anything that you would say to someone that's going through going through chemotherapy at this time, or just been diagnosed with breast cancer?
Yes, cancer is a very scary word. I mean, I'm only human, so I was very afraid when I first heard it. But my advice to anyone that's going through it or that has been diagnosed with it is to just stay positive. Don't ever let any negative thoughts come into your mind. just keep a positive outlook. Like I said, make yourself an inspiration board, watch comedy movies, and just keep a positive attitude.
You have a beautiful story, and you're so positive. It's inspiring and encouraging to me. I want to thank you for joining us, and I'm glad you won the battle.
Well, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
I hope this segment has been informative, inspiring, and encouraging, as well as let you know you are not alone. This is Let's Talk Beauty. My name is Stacy Vason, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Stacy. Coming up, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you well know, today we are asking everyone to make a difference by making a donation to our American Cancer Society Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Telethon and Phone Bank. But first, we'll have a look at your top news stories of the day. Stay with us. A special edition of Local Memphis Live continues after the break.